Hey there, welcome back to Move Mountains Pilates. My name is Jess, and today I am in one of my favorite places, Canmore, Alberta, at the Three Sisters Viewpoint, and I've got some plank tips for you. This video is not so much meant to just be a plank workout. Instead, it's meant to help you get better and better at your plank so that you're more successful at all of the other workouts you do. So this is for you, especially if you struggle with wrists getting tired in your planks or your low back getting tired. These cues I have are going to make a world of difference so that you feel stronger and more supported in your planks. If you're going to do a plank, you might as well do it right? Let's start standing for this. Okay, a little mobility warm up to begin. Let's just start by raising the arms above your head, circle them. Nod your chin and fold down. Take an inhale at the bottom. Exhale, roll up. Couple more, spread the arms. Fold down, enjoy your stretch. Let the knees bend if they want to. But on the way up, this time I want you to find more connection in your core. Tuck your tail, maybe squeeze the glutes a little. Draw your belly button away from the floor. Draw those ribs in. Stack the ribs over your hips before your shoulders stack and before your head stacks. Circle the arms and repeat. 2 more of those. Find the work in your core. Scoop your way up like you're trying to still grab the floor, but you're being pulled to the sky by a giant fishing for you. He's got his hook around your belly, pulling you to the surface of the sky, but you're trying to stay grounded, so you're reaching down. That might also give you a deeper stretch. Let's try one more. Reach to the floor, but that giant's pulling you to the surface. And circle. Then let's take it into a side bend. One arm goes over, grow tall, change sides. And just like with that roll down, as you come up, I want you to find some oblique work. You go over, draw your rib down, pull yourself up like you're trying to resist coming back up. One more per side, getting into that sideways. Beautiful. Now, we'll just head into what I like to call an active plank. So I'm going to teach you how to do your plank standing so that you can get more out of it when you're on the mat and feel less pain and discomfort as well when you plank on the mat. So let's start with a little bit of a more deep core work, a deeper core warm up. We'll put hands behind the head. You're standing tall. And then similar how you just rolled yourself up, I want you to curl down and almost resist it. Inhale, lengthen back up. Exhale, draw your ribs down to your hips, but be sure that your hips stay stable in space. They're not dipping back behind you. You're making the motion small. Just the upper half of your spine curls, and then you grow tall. Like there's a bar in front of your belly. You gotta fold over that bar without leaving it, right? Find the work there. Maybe push your head into your hands and your hands into your head to give you more work. 2 more. And I want you to remember how this feels. Then let's do the opposite. Press your head into your hands and slightly arch your back. Look up. Release. So a little back extension, reach your chest up to the sky. Fire into your back muscles, spread the elbows, and almost think about pressing hips forwards. Lengthening upwards. 2 more. Pull your head up and back, keeping the neck long. Okay, now I want you to fight against both that forwards motion and the back motion while just staying tall. We're gonna do it like you're in a plank. Reach your arms forwards, reach your fingers up, push your hands forwards, and find that sensation of flexion without actually moving forwards. Push, push, push. Feel the whole front of your body engage, core zippers tight like you're pushing. But then also resist going backwards into that extension. Get the back body fired up, grow really tall. Sorry, I have flies on me. Grow really tall, push, push, push. and then release. See how much harder that was just standing there because you're fighting being pressed forwards, fighting getting pulled back. Now we're also gonna do it to the side. Hands once again behind your head. This time, bend to one side, up and over to the other side. We'll alternate here. Draw the rib down and reach your elbow higher to the sky when you do that. Hips stay really steady. You're dragging the rib to the hip and then you're working to lift. So working both as you bend over and as you lengthen up tall. Getting right into those obliques. Let's do one more per side, just getting that side waist active, because the side waist, the obliques work in your plank too. Everything does. Shake it out. Now, active plank again, but I want you to focus on staying centered and avoid being pulled side to side. Reach your arms forwards. Reach through those hands, zipper your core, and then avoid going side to side. Feel the waist muscles working like there's someone pushing you side to side. You're fighting to stay centered. Zipper up nice and tight, grow taller, and then release. Good job. Did you feel your obliques kick on? I sure did. Now, you're gonna play tug of war in all of those directions. So imagine like you're getting pushed side to side. Imagine like you're getting pulled forwards and back and you're fighting to stay centered. When you're ready, just reach those arms forwards, ground down through your feet, and push, connect through your core, squeeze those glutes, rise up taller. Fight with that side to side, cinch the waist in and up. Get even more active, take one more breath, and then release. Didn't you feel that? It gets deep in there. Now, we're gonna take that down to the mat so it gets even deeper into there. Let's start just on hands and knees. Spread the fingers wide, stack shoulders over wrists, stack your hips over your knees, and then get that active plank sensation. Push the floor away, zipper your core. Feel like the knees are almost going to lift off the floor without actually doing so. Breathe, and then release. So much work, right? Now try it with your knees hovered off the floor. By the way, you could also do this from elbows if your wrists just don't like that. Tuck the toes. And then let's hover the knees, hold it there, and active plank. Push, 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 pull, pull, pull. All directions you're fighting against. Imagine like the ceiling is on your back and you're pushing into it, but you're not actually moving anywhere. Push the fingertips deeper, whole body's active. Take a breath, and then release. So hard, right? Now, let's try that in a modified plank. I want you to reach your hands further out in front of you, and then bring your shoulders forwards over your wrists. You might have to scoot your knees even further back. Try to find one long line from your knees to your head. Then, active plank, zipper everything tight. Press your head up into that imaginary ceiling that's resting along the angle of your back. Push against it, push into the floor, zipper the waist. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I was shaking there. See how much that cue helps? Now, before we go into your fullest plank, I want to give you some options for your wrist, because I know that can often be what detriments your plank, what ruins your plank. So you could always do elbows, as I said, most of the time that works. You could also grab hand weights, big enough so that you can wrap your fists around them. Or you could go on the fists themselves if that feels comfortable enough. Other option is to roll up your mat a couple times, put the heel of your hand right on the edge of your mat so that your knuckles are on the ground, okay? That way you lengthen up your wrist, you're not as flexed, okay? So you're lifting the heel of your hand, if I fly at my finger, lift the heel of your hand higher than the height of your wrist to make more of a slope and less of a dig down, right? That might feel better. Okay. The other thing I want to talk about that will help you with your wrists and help to give you more support in your plank are your lats, okay? To find your lats, reach one arm forwards, take your other hand next to your ribs, and then feel that active plank sensation. Push forwards. Feel how the muscle pops into your finger there? Release. Now, let's do palm down. Instead of just pressing forwards, I want you to press down. Release. Move your arm up and down by a couple inches at a time. Up and down an inch or two. Feel that muscle popping into your hand. Those are your lats. And so to get those lats active in your plank, you're gonna do that same sort of pressing down motion. And when you press down, shoulders glide down away from your ears. But because it's an active plank and you're pushing away from the floor, you're not just sliding your shoulders down and together. You wanna slide shoulders down and push the floor away from you. And that should get your lats active. Now, another cue that might help is imagine like you have balloons underneath your armpits. You're trying to pop them. Do this with me. Open your elbows, close down, pop your balloons, and then open back out. Squeeze those balloons and then release. Feel those lats kick on. You could feel it with your hand if you want. That's the feeling you're trying to get. Another cue with that. I know lots of cues. This video is meant more for learning so you get more out of the actual workouts on this channel. It's not meant to be a full-blown workout, but it will help you to get so much more out of what you're doing. This next cue, also to get the lats active and to prevent the shoulders from feeling icky, you're gonna wanna spin your arms outwards. For that, it might help for you to think inner crease of your elbow facing forwards. It might also help for you to imagine like you're holding two jar lids. And I want you to spin those jar lids open. You're gonna spin your pinkies downwards. Do that just in the air, reach your arms forwards, open the jar lids, release. Elbows point higher to the sky, pinkies turn down. Feel the lats? You're gonna get that going in your plank. Let's hold it up there. We're gonna go into a full plank this time. Spread your fingers wide, step out, and active plank. Push the floor away from you, press your back body into the ceiling above your head, spin the elbows to face forwards, open the jars, zipper your core tight in all directions, and make sure your head is lifted up at the height of the rest of you. While you hold this here, also think about dragging your hands towards your feet and your feet towards your hands, just like you're gonna crumple up the mat underneath you without actually moving it. Keep holding there. Lengthen out deeper. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Great job. You should have felt that plank so much more. Keep practicing that. Save this video for later so that you can come back to it to review these tips because it's going to help you out so much. Oftentimes when wrists do get tired in planks, it's because you don't have that shoulder alignment. As soon as you sink in your shoulders, it puts more pressure on your wrists. So that should help, getting the lats engaged, making sure your shoulders are supported. And then keeping your whole body active there will help you to stay in that long line, because if you're not active, that's when you slump down through your hips and create a lot of pressure on your low back. Or maybe you pike your hips up and then you're just not working your core nearly as much as you should. If you're gonna do a plank, you might as well do it right? You wanna get the benefits out of it, and you'll feel much stronger and more supported in it from doing those tips. I hope this helped you a lot. Leave me a comment below. Let me know if there's any other tips you need for Pilates, if there's anything you're wondering about or anything you're struggling with. I would be so happy to help you. And don't forget to subscribe because I'm gonna be filming outdoor mountain content all throughout summer, and I would love for you to join me along for the journey. Have an awesome rest of your day. I will see you next time. Bye.